Hi, happy Valentine's Day from Lola and I. We're so happy to be here with you on this lovely day. And we're going to talk about softening your shoulders so you can free your neck today. And I'm going to show you a few moves that you can do that will free your neck, but also make you feel like you have had the best shoulder massage ever. So stay with me because you're going to get that benefit real soon. All right. All right. Hey, Jennifer Faye, so happy you're with me today. Love you. Yeah. So our shoulders, when they grow tense and tight, come up around our neck and stop us really from having freedom in our neck. We lose the turn of our neck, but we also lose the vibration, our vibration. And we are a vibratory species. We've come here to vibrate out our truth into the world, whatever it is. And when your shoulders grow tight and tense, you lose that ability. You can even hear it in my voice where I lose my voice, right? But when my shoulders come down and back, I've got my neck and I'm vibrating out what's true for me. And the real truth is that we just came to share our truth here. Like a lot of us stop ourselves from sharing our truth because we're afraid of how other people will react. Well, that's my right shoulder going up. And then a lot of us stop from speaking to ourselves in a kind, sweet way, and that's my left shoulder going up. And so that's sort of my messages that I'm unworthy. And so if I walk around like this, I've stopped myself from speaking my truth. So today we're going to release or start the process of releasing those shoulders down away from our neck so we can have that freedom to speak our truth. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, hey, Maria and Sandy. I'm so glad you are all here on this beautiful Valentine's Day. And this is the only Valentine's shirt I had. It says tacos because I love them. And it kind of is a tribute to my lovely partner too, right? Who makes amazing tacos and I love to eat them. All right. So to do this thing that we're going to do, all you need is a noodle ball, 6 tennis balls and a knee-high sock, and maybe your mat. You could also even do this just against a wall or a couch. So it's easy to do that. But I'm going to do it on the floor because that's the way I feel it the most and the best. So I'm going to move my mat a little bit out so you can see me and the camera down. All right. So all I'm going to do is take my noodle ball and throw it over my shoulder like so. And the tail end is going down toward the floor. Then I'm going to lie down. And notice I have one of the balls coming up and over the top of my shoulder. Then when I'm here, I'm going to roll into my shoulder blade and then get this shirt out of the way. And then back toward my spine and just back and forth in there. And then I slowly can lift my bottom up and come to the top of my shoulder and just sit up in there. And this arm can either be overhead or across your body. Now, as I go back and forth, and I'm on my left side, so maybe you're on your left too, but left side's all about loving yourself. So we want to release those knots of tension that keep us from loving on ourselves. I'll try to get my t-shirt out of the way. You can see this better. Yeah, so you really want to dig out those knots of tension. And when I'm up at the very top, I can turn my head and neck to look. So I'm on my left side and I'm turning my head and neck and looking right. I just sit right up into those knots that are way, way up at the top of my shoulder. And then I just slowly come down, lowering my bottom, going back and forth and getting the rest of those knots in my rhomboids, in that space between my spine and my shoulder blades, which when you get massages are always so tight. And also this top trapezius, and then there's a muscle called the levator scapula, right? That top inner edge of your shoulder blade. They are also super tight muscles. And I slowly come down. And I can go back and forth like this as many times as I need to, just to release that tension. When I find knots, I find a big knot right there, I can stay on it and breathe. Deep breaths in, full breaths out. Breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth, saying just digging out those knots of tension and moving my head and neck away from this left shoulder. When I'm on that side, I look right, and that'll help free my neck. Awesome. When you're ready to come out, roll over. We're gonna sit up for a moment, because then you're gonna feel the benefit, like, whoa, right? Awesome shoulder massage. So this is the one that I do like when I really, really, really want a shoulder massage, but I'm not anywhere to get one. That happens a lot out here. We don't have, like when I lived in Dallas, Whole Foods right across the street where they had shoulder massage. I don't have that here. So I do this, and then I feel like, wow, I just had one. Now look at my left shoulder, so much further down away from my neck than my right one. So let's catch that right one. Okay, you too. And again, you could do this against a couch. Like if you're not able to lay on the floor, you can just do it here. It's just not as good at getting at the top of your scapula. Scapula into your trapezius. So I throw this over my shoulder again, tail down. I capture that tail and lie back on it. And then when it's there, I can take my right arm on my right side across my body, or I could bring it overhead, but not away from my body, because that closes the space. And I push in toward my spine as I lift my bottom, and back to my scapula, and back and forth in there. And I lift my bottom up. And I'm breathing the whole time, deep breaths in, full breaths out, and just getting this right side. And right side is loving others. So some of us are tighter on our right side, some of us are tighter on our left side. Notice. Mine happens to be my right side today. Oftentimes it's my left. So right side is loving others, left side is loving self. So notice where on this Valentine's Day you need to focus on loving you or loving them. Yeah, just get in there. And as you come up to the top of your shoulder, again, this time turning your head away from that right shoulder toward the left, just to free that neck from the tension of your shoulders so you can go out and vibrate your truth. And underlying everything, the truth for everyone is love. You're going to go out and vibrate how you see, feel love, right? And that's what you came here to do. And so it doesn't have to make sense to you or anyone else what you're out there saying. It's just that you need to go say it. It's yours to speak up. Use your voice. There's a spot right there that I need to get into. Oh my goodness, feels so good. Turning my head away. Oh, yeah, so good. And the beautiful thing is that you can do this for yourself. You can keep going. Like, this is a way for you to get this for yourself, to get a shoulder massage for you. You can do it. You don't have to rely on anyone else. And I love that. That's what I love about these practices and teaching them to you, because you don't have to rely on anyone else to help you out. You can do it yourself. Now, when you're ready, just sit on up and notice. If you notice, my right shoulder is now down too. Oh, and my neck feels so free. And I hope yours does too. And I just feel like I had a great shoulder massage. So anyway, I'm going to show you one more thing, because this is the other thing that I do when I know that I need to give myself a little bit of loving. And I do it sitting up. You can do it lying down too, but we're going to do it sitting up. And it's a cow pose, a little bit different than normal. So I'm going to take my left arm out and around and back behind me, and my hand is locked up between my shoulder blades. I can even bring my right hand to squeeze that elbow in and walk up as far as possible. And I'm going to lean against my couch. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing that left shoulder blade into the couch. And then what I like to do is take my right hand onto my left ear and pull my right ear to my right shoulder and kind of move my head and neck back and forth and look down into that armpit. And I breathe here. Deep breaths in, full breaths out. Oh, feels so good. Oh, and that just kind of tops off my shoulder massage by giving me a nice way to lengthen through my trapezius, which is the over-responsibility muscle. So when we think that we're responsible for others on this side or too much for ourselves, right? These traps get super tight. Responsibility is not love. That's something else. So we need to release that heavy burden of responsibility off of our shoulders and let our neck free itself. Yeah, oh, feels so good. And I do this oftentimes, like when I'm driving, if I get to a stoplight and have a moment, I'll just throw my arm back there and do this. Or if I'm having to be in a meeting or something and I just start to feel like, oh, I'm responsible for that, then I do this. I can just sit back like this and nobody knows what I'm doing, right? And then to come out, you just come forward. Oh, release that arm. It might not feel like yours for a moment, and shake it out. And notice how you feel. Again, look at the difference, right? My right side hasn't gotten this really good stretch. So let's do that right side. Right arm out and around and back behind you, and then walk that hand up as far as it'll go. You can even take that left hand and press on that right elbow, walk it up as far as you can, and then sit back. And I push into my scapula. That's how I'm really getting that shoulder blade to go down, and then that makes my whole shoulder drop away from my neck. Then I take my left hand onto my right ear and left ear to left shoulder, and I move my head and neck around. Then I breathe. Oh, wow. Pretty tight over there. Like, until you do these things, you're like, you don't even realize how tight you are, right? And I've already done my practice today and thought I had opened my neck. But until you do, these certain movements, it's like just different specific movements get into places that are like, oh yeah. And then I'm going to look down into my armpit. I'm pressing now more toward the back of my head. Oh, it feels so good. And I'm releasing my head and neck out of the tension of my right shoulder, which is me thinking that I'm responsible for others instead of really knowing that love just is. I accept everybody the way they are, and I'm not responsible for them. I love that. That has helped me so much in my life, realizing that I am not responsible for others and their decisions and what they do or what they think or what they say. Oh, that has made loving them so much easier. All right, feels so good. And when you're ready, you can release that head back to center. Come off that arm. And just feel. Notice my shoulders now are even. And my neck, oh my goodness, my neck feels, you see Lola, what is she doing? Oh, no. Oh, my neck feels so good. Oh. Ooh, I'm so grateful to have these practices for myself and then to share them with you, because it's such a great way to make our own being feel good. And then there's freedom in that. Like, if you can make yourself feel good, if you can love up on yourself this Valentine's Day, then you're going to love on others. You're not as likely to put your on someone else, right? Oh, it's so nice. All right, let's just see if you have any questions. Let's see. Oh, Jennifer Faye, that t-shirt is fabulous. Hey, Marianne, glad you're here. Happy Heart Day, says Maria. Hi, Michelle, says Marianne. Brenda, we'll be back later. Oh, Maria says, my neck feels great. Amanda joined us too. Awesome. So now you beautiful people know how to make yourself feel so good today. So you can go out and share taco love or whatever love that you want to share today. And I just want to spend a moment. I'm going to put my hand on my heart. Right here is our sternum. And this is the thymic chakra. And it is where when we speak our truth, this place vibrates. And it is the space of our true voice. It's in the heart. And so when we do this, it gets buried. When we take our shoulders down, it's out. And when we put our hand here and speak and we're vibrating and we feel this space vibrating, that means we are vibrating our truth out in the world. So if you have your hand here and it's not vibrating, it's because you're not vibrating your truth out in the world. And you know why? Tight shoulders coming up and swallowing my neck. So get those shoulders softened today. Vibrate your truth out into the world. Love up on yourself and then spread the love, because that's ultimately the truth that you have to share. All right. Love you so much. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.